podcast.
Way out west, there was this fella.
Narration. Sure, it's a totally solid example of the art form, but if we start making exceptions based on execution, this video won't be, long enough to be accepted in, our ad revenue-based capitalist society, man. And that will not abide.
This Lebowski, he called himself the Dude.
Roll credits. What? Honestly, the Dude might as well be the title of this movie, and you know it.
They call Los Angeles the City of Angels.
Well, its name literally translates to the Angels. It's not that City of Angels is a nickname, it's just a translation. See, the tumbleweed is a metaphor for how the dude will make his way through this story. Do you get it? Why spend money advertising that more people shop at Ralph's than any other supermarket to the shoppers that are already in a fucking Ralph store already?
Wow, lost my train of thought here. But, hell. I done introduced him enough.
You've told us nothing about him that we couldn't have figured out via his attire and milk stash. Dude uses his keys to open the unbroken door to his apartment. So how did the three-horned thugs get in there?
Your name's Lebowski. Your wife is Bunny.
Does this place look like I'm f***ing married? The toilet seat's up, man.
If the toilet seat being down was a true indicator of a married person, the entire divorce economy would collapse.
The f*** is this?
Not knowing what a bowling ball is.
Isn't this guy supposed to be a millionaire?
How did the thugs end up at the wrong address? Sure, they're morons, but Treehorn isn't. I don't know why Treehorn wouldn't know where Bunny lives and give his thugs her actual address. And if you don't know who Treehorn is, dear Lord, do not let this Sins video be the way you watch The Big Lebowski for the first time. Movie is fat shaming this guy. 2 full minutes of bowling porn to start off a movie that is only tangentially related to bowling. Also, either these people prearranged to shoot their bowls in perfect sequence, or they're part of some sort of synchronized bowling team. I find both answers vague and unconvincing.
The Chinaman who peed on my rug, I can't go give him a bill.
Casual, no longer acceptable word to describe a race aside, sure you can. It's called small claims court. Your problem is that you don't know where he is, but you do have a name.
That rug really tied the room together, did it not?
It did not. It's been almost 2 minutes since Donnie got back from bowling, and they've just been talking. This is terrible pace of play.
So Mr. Lebowski is committed to sending all of them to college.
Drinking your boss's Kool-Aid this hard. This is feeling like a Smithers situation. I've heard a mirror referred to as a vanity before, but goddamn.
This rug I have, it really tied the room together.
You told Brandt on the phone, he told me. Where do I fit in?
Dude isn't sharing any new information here, and Lebowski has no intention of helping him, so why end that initial call with an invite to Big Lebowski's house? Why not just tell him to f*** off on the phone?
Every time a rug is micturated upon in this fair city, I have to compensate the person?
No, not every time, just the times when it happens to be a man who shares your name and has had his rug besmirched due to the actions of your wife. To be fair, it's a 1 in a fucking million chance of happening once, let alone again.
I didn't blame anyone for the loss of my legs. Some Chinaman took them from me in Korea.
I don't know, my man. Sounds like you have literally blamed someone.
I cannot solve your problem, sir. Only you can.
To be fair, the dude is trying to solve his problem. He's not sat at home complaining about life on a piss-stained rug. He's taking the only action he can and coming to the man indirectly responsible.
You brought a f***ing Pomeranian bowling?
The dude would abide at CinemaSins.
Brought it bowling. I didn't rent its shoes. I'm not buying it a f***ing beer.
This guy's entire personality is ranting about stuff, but in most cases, he has to completely make up the thing he's ranting about. Or in some instances, take something small and blow it out of proportion, like grammar mistakes and nitpicky shit like that. This guy's the worst.
This is a f***ing show dog with f***ing papers. You can't board it, it gets upset. Its hair falls out.
It gets upset at a dog boarding place, but is going to be chilled out in a goddamn bowling alley?
Over the line!
Huh?
I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
Bullshit. Did he see that was a foul from all the way back here? Smokey's teammates should be up in arms about this shit. This is a league game.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Rules that you ignored by turning up 20 minutes late to the game, Walter.
It's just a game, man.
This is a league game. This determines who enters the next round robin.
Then there should probably be an impartial referee who can make calls like this. I realize that Walter is unhinged is kind of his whole thing, but this is the kind of thing that comes with consequences. There's unhinged, and then there's would be in jail within the hour if he really did this. And yes, the cops are called and even show up, but Walter faces no legal consequences personally. Also, they better give Steve Buscemi some more interesting things to do and shit to say in this movie, or I'm gonna get upset.
You think I'm fucking around here, fucking zero?
If we skip forward a few scenes, we see the police arrive, but not until Walter and Dude are in the parking lot. But how long did it take the cops to arrive? We heard Dude say that they were only 20 minutes into the game when Walter arrived late, and the gun violence happened just a couple minutes after that, which means they managed to finish their game and leave before the cops got there, and someone should be writing to their congressperson about this shit.
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Oh, I get it now. All those people who keep saying this to me, they were all quoting this movie, weren't they? Well, except for Dad.
I just got an informal report that a member of your team, Walter Sobchak, drew a firearm during league play.
This answering machine message suggests there will be some repercussions for Walter's gun-toting episode, and yet not a single consequence will be seen. And as far as we know, the police never follow this up, and Walter will even continue to participate in the f***ing bowling league as the movie continues. I hope all that valuable character insight was worth this sin on your integrity, movie.
Dude, tomorrow's already the 10th. Just slipped the rent under my door.
Apparently, dude has money problems. Not sure how else I would have possibly figured that out based on, well, you can't see me gesturing at the movie, but that's what I'm doing.
Mr. Lebowski is prepared to make a generous offer to you to act as courier once we get instructions for the money.
He is? The dude is a moron, but even he should see the red flags popping off around this event. The man who just went overboard excessively insulting you to your face recently now wants you to take money to people who have kidnapped his wife. And oh, you have the same last name as him. I'm not sure there's anyone alive smart enough to have found their namesake's address in the first place, yet stupid enough to fall for this. This is honestly my biggest issue with this movie. It's at this point in the movie that its most devoted followers will tell you the genius level has been unlocked as Totoro's character is introduced. But to all the normal people out there like me just watching a movie, this is the second bowling alley montage in the last 15 minutes. All right, everybody, it's official. Jesus licks balls. Hairnets that don't cover all the hair. Doing an NFL touchdown dance after bowling a single strike in a bowling league game. And just like in real life, Jesus is working overtime to make me dislike him. I repeat, why have they let this gunslinging madman back into the bowling alley?
Life does not stop and start at your convenience, you miserable piece of shit.
Why does Donnie hang out with these guys? One is a detached stoner and the other is aggressively dickheaded to Donnie constantly. What is Donnie getting out of this? Or is this a commentary on bowling in America and how so few people are bowling anymore that you have to accept some psychos on your team if you want to stay in the league?
You know, that's just like, your opinion, man.
Probably the most quoted line of this movie, but I still can't get beyond the fact that a team of 2 is proclaiming pre-event victory over a team of 3 in a bowling league tournament made up of 4-person teams. Like, do the underman teams get to let a member or 2 bowl twice each game? Because that isn't fair.
You pull any of your crazy with us, you flash a peace out on the lanes?
I see everyone knows that Walter pulled a pistol here, except the f***ing cops that came to investigate it an hour after it happened. F***ing nice.
Nobody with the Jesus.
I hate to tell you this, man, but Jesus and his story have probably been getting with since he died. Also, listen, I'll campaign all day and all night to keep John Turturro in work, but what the actual this character adds to the movie in my life is beyond me. Hey, just like the real Jesus. Buster Keaton never intended you to bastardize his with bowling balls, Hollywood. Straight up, whoever came up with this vomit-inducing shot knowing that most of the audience would be 30 minutes deep into some righteous edibles. You can't play it, but dude wakes up listening to Bob Dylan, which is odd considering he just got knocked the f*** out while listening to the A side of this tape, which was a Venice Beach bowling tournament. Meaning Julianne Moore's thugs did him the courtesy of flipping the track after they knocked him out, or dude possesses a self-turning Sony Walkman, which this is not.
They want you to take the money, drive north on the 405.
Lebowski needs to be colossally stupid in order for any of this movie to happen. And maybe that's the point, that he's super f***ing stupid. But then what makes this movie any different from Dumb and Dumber other than a higher budget and a better casting director? Of all the people to bring with him on this trip, I honestly think that I Am the Walrus Donnie would have been a better option than whips out his pistol if a bowling game doesn't go his way, clearly traumatized by War Walter.
I'm sure there's a reason you brought your dirty undies, man.
That's right, dude. The weight. The ringer cannot look empty.
But shouldn't it at least be locked? Walter's plan is to hand off the money, find out where Bunny is, and keep the $1 million. But in what world do the kidnappers not check the money before handing over Bunny?
Don't say people. I'm doing business here, man.
Thinking that Walter will ever follow instructions of any kind.
Where is she?
That's the simple part, dude. We make the handoff. I grab one of them and beat it out of him. Huh?
How is Walter both smarter than dude and dumber than dude? Also, we're talking about $1 million here. Why does Walter think the kidnappers won't be prepped and armed or heavily outnumber them? And if they're willing to kidnap a person for money, why does he think they'll just let this $1 million escape them without any follow-up beatings once they've regrouped? I wouldn't have thought that removing Walter from this situation could have somehow made things worse, and yet here we are.
That poor slut kidnapped herself. Come on, dude. You said so yourself.
Man, I said I thought she kidnapped herself.
I'm not sure semantics have ever caused as many problems as they do in this movie.
You can't ride in a car, then how do you get around on Shaman?
You better give Steve Buscemi some more interesting things to do and to say in this movie, or I'm going to get upset.
Say, dude, where is your car?
Yes, this probably is the inspiration for Dude, Where's My Car, and I'm as upset about it as you are.
It was parked in a handicapped zone. Perhaps they towed it.
And rightfully so. Parking in spots reserved for disabled people when you are not disabled is fucking selfish and evil.
I'm unemployed.
How are the lights on here? How do you pay for bowling or for gas to get to bowling? Fine art.
Sex, the physical act of love. Coitus. Do you like it?
I was talking about my rug.
Wait, was she not?
I'm getting to your rug. My father and I don't get along. He doesn't approve of my lifestyle, and needless to say, I don't approve of his.
Do you ever feel like sometimes the Coens write in a character that is wickedly verbose and full of knowledge just so they can squeeze in a bunch of exposition under the guise of a quirky performance?
Here's the name and number of a doctor who will look at it for you.
Well, now I'm wondering why she bothered getting her thug to crack him in the jaw in the first place. They could have just taken the rug while he wasn't at the house, or just taken it, had this conversation about the $1 million, and saved herself some medical bills. And yes, I know the doctor visit is to also check his Johnson, but there's no f***ing way she had that plan from the second she met him.
I got a rash so bad on my ass, I can't even sit down.
Enough of this, and at some point you just get out of the limo and walk, yeah?
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here.
Too much of this white Russian survives this.
I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
This is word for word what Moses said when he came down from the mountain, but the golden calf had already taken hold.
I have no choice but to tell these bums to do whatever is necessary to recover their money from you, Jeffrey Lebowski.
Why the f*** would the kidnappers accept having that burden placed on them? It's his wife, so it's his problem. Why wouldn't they just keep sending tows until he gets another $1 million?
Any further harm visited upon Bunny will be visited tenfold upon your head.
But what if they cut off 2 of her toes next time? He doesn't have 20 toes to lose, sir. And I don't think he has any on his head. But you just never know with the Coens.
The nail polish, Walter.
Fine, dude. As if it's impossible to get some nail polish applied to someone else's toe.
Walter is convinced this is not Bunny's toe. He's correct, but for all the wrong reasons. This won't be the last time he's right on the money, and the Walters of the world should not be batting with this high of an average. And by batting, I mean blind firing with an Uzi and hitting the bullseye.
Want a toe? I can get you a toe.
My college girlfriend said the same exact words to me, only instead of toe, she used dick I've sucked.
Forget about the fucking toe!
Yelling, forget about the fucking toe in a public restaurant and it not leading to the police showing up. These are the dude's toes, somehow. Even though everything we know about dude tells us his toes and feet should be dirty as f***. They are super holy over-cannulation.
He's that money, Lebowski. He wants the money, Lebowski.
I really want to hit home how wild this situation is becoming. At this point, the nihilists have opened Walter's ringer bag and discovered the underwear, which is why Dude isn't surprised that they're here. The wild thing is that if Dude had given them the real briefcase, they'd still be here because that one was also empty. Then he would have figured out that Big Lebowski had screwed it. Big Lebowski's plan is only as successful as it is because Walter randomly intervened, something BL couldn't have planned for. Also, it sounds like the nihilists went to Big Lebowski, who then sent them to get the money from Dude. Again, why the f*** would they go through this extra effort instead of just forcing BL to come up with another $1 million? I guess most of this comes down to the nihilists being dumb as nails and or the fact that they're bluffing. But damn it, I'm not satisfied by that, and I refuse to work on my expectations. How the f*** did these corner candles stay lit during the great ferret in the water thrashing of 30 seconds ago? All right, movie, here's another scene with Steve Buscemi in it. You've even placed him in the center of the frame. I'm counting on you to do something interesting or fun with him. God damn it!
I could be sitting here with just pee stains on my rug.
Or, now this might be wild even for the Coens, you could have cleaned it.
You have to use so many cuss words.
Dad? Maude calls him at the bowling alley because she knows he's there apparently and scolds him for not having gone to the doctor. And then she says she needs to see him at once, and again, the tumbleweedification of the dude carries the film's plot along. None of these twists or turns need make any sense so long as our protagonist is essentially unable to say no and goes along with everything.
What do you do?
Oh, nothing much.
Hiring David Thewlis to merely giggle. After crashing, Dude can't find the pursuer anymore, but he does find a D-grade school assignment on the Louisiana Purchase and the seat cushions, because this movie is to plot what Michael Stipe is to lyrics, which is to say that neither give a f*** about making any sense. What is this first name? Larry? Lacey? Larney? Lawley? Lori? LaCrissy? It's patently obvious the last name is Sellers, so why is the first name so mysterious? Also, this note proves that some kid took the car for a joyride, and said note will lead them to that kid, meaning that a 15-year-old either hotwired a car or Dude left the f***ing keys in a car with $1 million briefcase in it. It also means that at some point, this screwed up piece of paper somehow migrated out of the kid's pocket. Just so much chance going on here. I definitely believe that this guy would put on a show like this without actually seeing it. I certainly didn't need a full 45 seconds of it.
Near the In-N-Out Burger.
Those are good burgers, Walter.
Shut the up, Donnie.
So far, 60% through, Donnie seems to only exist for Walter to yell at. Also, those are perfectly average burgers. They are not good.
My name is Walter Sobchak. This is my associate, Jeffrey Lebowski.
Giving your full and real names when your intent is to intimidate a minor into handing over $1 million. AI bot, right joke here about the Seinfeld Bubble Boy episode. Return to porn.
Really enormous fans.
The man is dying, and you're spending time buttering him up?
Sweetie, sit down. This man is the police.
Oh, no, ma'am. We didn't want to give the impression that we were police exactly.
Pilar doesn't immediately kick out the two men she thought were police officers, who have now confirmed they are not police officers, and allows them to continually scream at her 15-year-old kid.
This is what happens when you f*** a stranger in the ass!
Where the f*** is his mother? As Dude watches his own car get smashed in retribution for Walter smashing another car, you have to wonder what the breaking point might be that would finally get Dude to part ways forever with Walter.
You like that?
As the rightful owner of the Corvette enacts righteous retribution on Dude's car, we can clearly hear car alarms going off in the background. But why are they going off? Dude's car sure as shit doesn't have an alarm, and we haven't heard a peep out of the Corvette. So where are the alarms coming from, and what set them off? How much weed and White Russians do you need to consume to be this fucking clueless about your own fucking door? Also, having an apartment door that opens outward instead of inward. Look at all this shit. I'd give good money if I could just go back to watching the movie about the stoner caught up in a kidnapping.
Oh, people forget that the brain is the biggest erogenous zone.
Well, you maybe.
Is Dude suggesting that he or someone he knows has a penis that is proportionally larger than their brain?
If I can't find your money, what's in it for the dude?
But Treehorn hasn't lost money. Bunny just owes him a lot of money. So this is about finding Bunny so that she can give him the money or continue this kidnapping scheme or find Big Lebowski's $1 million. We'll spend a few minutes in a roofy White Russian hallucination, and my theory is that it exists purely to distract anyone who might just be figuring out that the plot of this movie is f***ing ludicrous. I guess these men represent vaginas, and the scissors are feminism, and Jeff is running from the inescapable knowledge that nope, I got nothing. What the f*** is this? Imagine what Dude must smell like at this point.
Mr. Treehorn treats objects like women, man.
So he staplers?
I don't like your jerk-off face, I don't like your jerk-off behavior, and I don't like you. Jerk off.
I feel obligated to pay a sin removal tax here purely for the amount of times this movie has provided me with glorious outtake fuel. Okay, she's got all her toes and they're painted dark green. We get it, Tarantino. So these two, Maude and Dude, they did coitus, and not only that, they both stuck around after for pillow talk. Kind of shocked that Smithers guy isn't here as well, honestly.
I don't want a partner. In fact, I don't want the father to be someone I have to see socially or who will have any interest in raising the child himself.
For the sake of everyone involved, I think you should have gone to the sperm bank, lady.
Listen, Walter, I'm at my place. I need you to come pick me up.
I don't care how much water Walter carries in Dude's town. Him still calling on the man who has drawn a pistol during a bowling tournament, sabotaged a ransom exchange, threatened a teen, and attacked a car unrelated to any fucking thing. That is a fucking Swiss watch of character flaws. Dude goes outside to wait for Walter to pick him up, but spies a potential spy in a slug bug and marches directly towards it.
My name is Delfino. I'm a private snoop like you, man. And let me tell you something. I dig your work.
I'd love to know how DeFino's learned enough about Dude to admire his style. Sure, he's been following him around and staking his house out, but based on that, he'd just know that Dude goes to the bowling alley a lot and keeps getting kidnapped. And I think it's safe to say Maude or Treehorn or Big Lebowski would all tell him to f*** off before giving him an interview. It really was some other person's toe after all. But also, how does this woman lose a toe, presumably by shears, and then just casually go to breakfast?
I'm saying that if he knows I'm a up, why does he leave me in charge of getting his wife back?
And here is the ultimate fallacy of the stupid guy wins the day storyline. He's stupid. But in order to win the day, he has to become smart for a moment and point out or do something no one else could have pointed out or done. And then he's still stupid, but he's also a day-winning hero.
We know you kept the $1 million for yourself.
You have your story, I have mine.
I don't really know what Dude expects to achieve from this confrontation. Does he think he's going to get some of the $1 million? Or that BL will throw up his hands and give it back? Why not just take this information to Maude, who happens to be in your f***ing bed, take your finder's fee, and let her deal with the rest? Never ever accuse a wheelchair user of faking their condition and remove them from the chair to try and prove it. Just never ever do this.
Well, they finally did it. They killed my f***ing car.
I too am shocked it took this long for the car to die. I guess this bowling alley is such a hotbed of f***ery that the police and fire service are ignoring all 911 calls in the area.
I fixed it!
Well, what do you f***ing expect when you run full body into the man instead of going sword first? Instead of giving the nihilists a few dollars, Walter chooses to fight them, resulting in Walter biting off part of an ear and Donnie f***ing dying. Walter was the worst.
Can't we just rent it from you? Yeah.
Walter and Dude are too cheap to pay for an urn because they intend to spread Donnie's ashes immediately, and honestly, I'm much more concerned about a mortuary just giving out human remains to two random guys that merely say they are the bereaved. As I watch Dude take a mouth of human ashes, I feel like this is a good time to mention this movie inspired a religion.
The dude abides. I don't know about you, but I take comfort in that.
I absolutely do not take comfort in that.
Things seem to have worked out pretty good for the dude and Walter.
They did? Their friend died. This video didn't have near enough the amount of sin removals you think it deserved.
Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car?
You were trying to take advantage of me.
I'm giving you the children's rate. I'm not a sharper. No man sleeping in the rope bed in the room behind the Chinese grocery.
I'm talking about drawing a line in the sand, dude.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
Mark at 0.
They're calling the cops, man. Put the piece away.
Mark at 0.
You are not cool.
I'm being followed, Dr. Lecter. Are you John?
Yes, ma'am.
Your agency recommends you very highly.
Whose toe was it, Walter?
Sitting in the fucking road, waiting on the moon. How the hell should I know?
Was that? In order to manage risk, we must first understand risk.
If we shadows have offended,
Where was she, man?
Shut up!
What did we learn, Palmer?
I don't know, sir.
I don't f***ing know either.